and He is our hiding place, and He actually gave us another opportunity. He gave us another year to celebrate His victory. He gave another year of opportunities, a year of doors opening, so we can acknowledge our God in our life. We give Him praise, we give Him honor. He is worthy of all. And let's share with me. I want to share with you a message that will inspire you, that will have you see God from the different perception. I'm not gonna have you just sit here and get bored and just have a party. It's not about party. It is celebrate the blessings of God in our life and give God a crazy praise. If somebody can hear me right there, I want you to give God a crazy praise right there, because God is above all other. God like Him there is no like Him. He is above all other gods. He is powerful, He is wonderful, He is amazing God. He's anointed God, He's a righteous God, He's a wonderful God, He's phenomenal God, He's a monumental God. We give praise and honor to Him. Let's start with the book of Psalm. Let's start with me a book of Psalm. I want you to read with me a Psalm 139. Psalm 139 and verse 17. I'm so much excited to talk about this wonderful Psalm, because this Psalm actually, when I was down, when I feel like giving up, when I feel like giving up on my situation, when I was disappointed, when I was discouraged, when I feel like, oh, God doesn't love me, it's over. Why did you, God, give me a birth in this world? I just don't want it to be, chosen. I don't want it to take birth in this world, because in this world there is sorrow. There is no goodness. There is no happiness. There's no comfort. It's all destruction. The world is destroyed. I don't want to live in this world, but God given me hope through this Psalm. God given me hope through this Psalm. God showed me the light through this Psalm, that He told me that, son, listen, you are not a rejected. You are not just a waste. You are very significant in my presence. Let me show you that how much I love you. Let me show you my thoughts. Let me show my thinking about me. Let me show how much I love you. Let me show how important you are to me. Let me tell you that I love you so much that I have your picture engraved on my hand. My goodness. My goodness. The Psalm 139 verse 17. How precious to me are your thoughts, O God. How vast is the sum of them. Were I to count them, they would outnumber in the grains of sand. When I awake, I am still with you. When we see the thinking of David, David had a very hard life, if we see, because he was with the king of first king of Israel. He was with him to just comfort his spirit. When Saul, the king of Israel, when he began to feel that his spirit, when he didn't have a peace in his spirit, when David began to play the music, all of a sudden the King Saul began to feel comfort, peace in his spirit. He began to feel. But when we see throughout the life of David, he was rejected. Even when Samuel the prophet, when he came to anoint, because God spoke to Samuel, go anoint one of Jesse's son. But he thought that that Jesse's firstborn, Jesse represent the firstborn, his son. He said, here's my son, anoint him. But Samuel began to talk that no, that's not the one. Because what Jesse thought, that God will like somebody who is handsome, who is powerful, who is great. But Jesse thinking was absolutely wrong. But then when Prophet Samuel began to go from one to another, the sons of Jesse, he said to him, Jesse, do you have any other son? He said, yes, I have another son, but he's out there in the wilderness. He is just a shepherd, because Jesse thought he was not important. I want to tell you guys, in the eyes of people, you might not be important. Some people don't think that you are significant. Many people think that you are worth nothing. But let me tell you that in the eyes of God, your worth is precious. The thoughts of God is precious for you. He loves you with no condition. He loves you abundantly and exceedingly. His plans are too wonderful for you. It is so much great and above, beyond of your thinking. He is God that who blesses other. Why wouldn't he not bless you? The Bible talks about if God can feed the birds of air, if he can feed animals and the birds of the air, how important you are to him. You are very significant to God. His thoughts are precious for you. Because most people think that, oh, this is another year of pain and shame. I'm not gonna get anything out of this year. Because the last year, I had a horrible time. I didn't have anything. I didn't have good friends. I didn't have good parents. I didn't have a good opportunity. But this year might be the same year. But let me tell you, I got a good news for you. Because you're thinking something else different for you. But God doesn't think like what you think about you. God has something different about you in his mind. He loves you with no condition. He have a great ambition for you. He loves you so much that he sent his only begotten son to slay for you on the cross, so you can be redeemed, so you can be set free. So tell me that how precious the plans of God for you, according to the Psalm 139, the verse 17. King David knew the plans of God for him. That's the reason when he make mistakes, when he commits sins, the iniquities of his life he knew cannot separate me from God of heavens. The God has a soft heart. He has a great wisdom in his mind. If he chooses you, he will not let you go. If he chooses you, he will not judge you based on what you've done. But he will bless you based on what you are attempt to do. What is your plans? He knows. If you read further, King David tells about that God knows you're sitting and down. He knows the thinking of your heart. He knows your plan. He knows your thinking. He loves you. His plans are out in numbers. You cannot count them. If you see the sand of the sea, you cannot count it. That's the same way the plans of God you cannot count for yourself. It is not important. I don't care what people think about me, but most I care what God think about me. Because God has a great plans for my life. Because God loves me. If people tell me that they hate me, but I believe in God, he loves me. This 2017 is not a waste. It is not an accident. It is a purpose of God for me to tell you that 2017 going to be the year of abundance, and God is going to break every chain, every single spell out of your life. If you thought that God did not have any plan for you, you are wrong, because God does not think like a man. God has a purpose and plan. He disciplined those who he loved. But if God disciplining you, it does not mean that he doesn't love you. It simply means that God loves you, but he wants to discipline you, and he wants you to learn how to stay blessed. Because some people get blessed, but all of a sudden they go down. The reason they go down because they have no discipline in their life. They have no obedience in their life. But when you obey the commandment of God, when you stay obedient to his words and his promises, all of a sudden begin to fulfill in your life, because he has a great plans for your life. He has a great ambition for your life, and he has a great strategy for your life. God has a great strategy for your life. He wants to bless you. He wants to heal your heart. If your marriage falling apart, 2017 going to be the year of recovery. 2017 is going to be the year of blessings, and 2017 an year of understanding. I have seen many people falling apart in 2017. We have heard the many bad news. We have heard, past couple years we have heard